It's on!
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the August 16th edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. I'm Rebecca Mosley, the co-founder of LaughingPlace.com. And with me, as always, is my husband, the other co-founder of Laughing Place, Doobie Mosley. And
hi, everybody.
in the lower left corner is Jeremiah Good, our East Coast correspondent. And down there below me is Mike Celestino, our West Coast correspondent. And we're excited to bring you all things Disney Parks news today.
I didn't get to do my nickname for Jeremiah today. This is
okay, go ahead.
Jeremiah. This week he's not a vice president, but he does have a new nickname. We call him Mater.
Okay. I'm sure I'll figure that out eventually. In the meantime, we are here live, and we want to invite you to join the conversation, ask any questions that you've got for us. Hey, Nathan, thanks for the greetings. We appreciate it.
Many greetings.
But we're going to start off, I guess, with a few of the highlights from the third quarter earnings that focus specifically on parks, Disney park stuff. You know, just a little tidbits before talking about the rest of the fun. For example, during this call, Bob Chapek talked a little bit more about the Disney Genie. He described it as he described the MDE app as kind of putting their toe in the water, and Disney Genie as that program on steroids. We're not quite sure when it will come. There wasn't a date released, but he said to stay tuned. That came out of the earnings call, as did his announcement that Disney parks are anticipated to be fully staffed and reopened to full capacity by the end of the year. So, you know, just a little bit of information for the Disney parks coming out of the third quarter earnings call. For full analysis, check Laughing Place. Our CEO Benji Breitbart and our editorial director Kyle Burbank had a very insightful conversation regarding that earnings call. Both of them are quite knowledgeable regarding the economics and do a great job of kind of letting you know what it means to you as the fan.
I think it's a good thing that they're on the verge of opening to 100%, because I hear that Rise of the Resistance is basically now a walk-on.
Yep. That was interesting.
I got a boarding pass at 3:45.
Yeah, boarding passes at Hollywood Studios were available long after they went up, and we even saw some reports, am I correct, that by the end of the day you could actually ride it without a boarding pass and perhaps even ride it without a wait.
Yes.
It's the first time ever, right?
Yeah.
No, actually it's not. Disneyland was doing that when they first reopened. They were pulling people off the street. We just didn't have anybody there to there wasn't anybody there to yell at the top of their lungs on social media about it. But my friend who works there, like the first couple of weeks of reopening, they're like, we were opening at the end of the day, like inviting anybody in. But here, yesterday I got there at 3:45, got a boarding pass we're just jumping into this deep, got a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance, did Tower Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Star Tours, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and then did Rise of the Resistance, and I think I left by like 7:30.
Wow. We also yesterday, because we saw those reports, we also went and checked the app and saw that web crawlers, you could get web crawlers boarding groups late in the day. I think it was around 6 o'clock or so that we were checking, and were able to get boarding groups for that. So
Was that
similar reports coming out of the West Coast.
Was that Light Coast or was that Dogpile? Oh, you mean Web Slinger, not Web Crawler.
Oh,
Okay.
see, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I still got cruise brain.
I don't understand the joke, even though I knew the name was wrong.
Oh, those are back when. Okay, just so you know, back when LP first started, and I did all of the various looking for headlines. Those were among the tabs on my browser because I used 4 or 5 different search engines in order to ensure that I could provide our readers with a thorough look at Disney news headlines. So those are also various competitors to Yahoo and Google back in the old
Lycos,
old
yes.
days.
Okay.
In the old days,
I would
search
have gone
engines.
with Ask Jeeves.
In the old days,
There you
search
go.
engines, but that was a different kind. Web crawler was a specific type of search
Okay.
engine
Okay.
that mindlessly crawled the web. Yahoo and Ask Jeeves, those were curated.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Anyway,
Continuing with what's going on in the Walt Disney World area, the Boo Bash has been underway, and you've got some new photo pass options available with Boo Bash. Jeremiah, you haven't had a chance to visit yet, but I suspect it's on the horizon for you, yeah?
Yes, I believe Friday I will be there. I have spoken with some people that have gone, and everybody's being very underwhelmed by it because they expect it to be Mickey's Not So Scary. It's not Mickey's Not So Scary. It's After Hours, which is 3 hours paid with a very much lower attendance. They threw in the entertainment that was from last year in the evening, which is a good option, but everybody that's like, how dare they do this? How dare they do that? It wasn't ever supposed to be Mickey's Not So Scary. It is an After Hours event.
Is there trick-or-treating?
Yes, they have a couple of treat stations. They have
Couple.
some characters out. They have the cavalcades, including the Maleficent Dragon that they did last year during this time. But it's designed for lower attendance. And just like, if we go back to in time, like 4 years, I think, when the first After Hours, or when you guys did it about 2 years ago, it's not designed for a long-term thing. It's designed to go in, you hit the attractions you want in 3 hours, and you're done. This, they added in, a couple of extra things, but a lot of people are posting how disappointed they are in it. Again, if you read what
adjust your expectations.
It's not supposed to be. Just like with the Christmas party coming up, they're adding in fireworks, but it's still going to be just an after-hours event.
Well,
it has a parade.
What'd you say, Dave?
It has a parade.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, hopefully with the Boo Bash experience, it will help people better understand what these after-hours holiday-themed events are like. So, they'll know what they're getting. Hey, Tammy asks, did I miss any lives from the parks last week? We were on a cruise ship. We don't know. What do you guys have to say?
I was at the park, but we did not go live.
I went live somewhere. I just don't remember where I actually was.
So there's some, Tammy. So I guess you can check around here and find them and catch them now. Doobie, where do you want to go next?
Back on the cruise ship would be lovely.
Okay,
but I don't think that's what you're referring to.
No.
So, the parks continue to reopen. We've got 100% on the horizon. Entertainment is coming back. Beauty and the Beast live on stage is back on Sunset Boulevard, which was just made me so happy to see Beauty and the Beast on Sunset Boulevard, Beauty and the Beast, the show on the cruise ship at the same time. It was just like Beauty and the Beast everywhere. So Jeremiah, you got to see it?
Yes. Yesterday was the first day of Beauty and the Beast live on stage for the return. This show has always been one of my favorite places to relax for about 25 minutes and enjoy some good music and some awkward dancing. One of the things that they definitely held true to is the awkward dancing part, because of social distancing and that, this is essentially what it was before with this motion, and then the spoons do that fun thing. But the end of the show where they would do 3 minutes of them dancing in circles together, now they're dancing socially distanced apart.
So basically, every performer in the show is socially distanced from every other one
Yes.
throughout the entire show, correct?
And after Beast transforms into the prince, instead of them walking up the stairs together, they kind of do this strange walk up the stairs separately. And the blocking is really well done. The regular park guests will have no concept that there is anything different. But me watching this after seeing the original show so many times, it's just, they do an amazing job of keeping the social distance there without drawing too much attention to it.
Yeah, the element of it, Jeremiah, from your video that caught me off guard was the connection between Belle and Beast as he's dying, and she's like not near him, like,
yeah,
oh, don't die, but she's the 3.5 feet or so away, so it's just
the biggest
plays a little differently.
The biggest change for me is as a lot of people are used to the awkward and Be Our Guest, the woman that comes out as the Sunday, and then they drop her, and then she just has a giant whipped cream headdress, and she does this awkward singing, completely cut from the show. Not sure if it's because of casting or if that was just they're trying to tighten it up a little bit and remove extra people on the stage, but that was the one that really caught my attention. I think the couple of people I talked to, they were wondering about that also.
Wow. Jeremiah disappointed with Beauty and the Beast and Boo Bash. Tune in later.
What else will he be disappointed?
I'm not disappointed with Boo Bash.
That photo of the girl holding the flaming pumpkin is kind of terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, the photo ops, they have some great photo ops. Some they brought over the Headless Horseman from DCA from a few years ago, but they added in a couple of new ones. And the event is great. I just think people's expectations, they just need to pay attention to what they're there for.
That kind of applies to everything. As long as you have the proper expectations, it will be awesome. Which doesn't it? Anyway, next, before we go to the West Coast and involve in Who's the Bosk Podmore, let's do one more item. And we've been talking about disappointments, and we're going to talk about another one here. We just learned today officially that the NBA Experience is not going to be reopening. And
just a mere 4 days before I'm going to be in Orlando, and
I know.
never got to go inside.
It never reopened.
Okay.
And the uproar on social media over this was deafening. I feel like we really should have done like the top 25 moments in the NBA Experience, because this was such a popular attraction, still relatively new, and it's never going to reopen. It never reopened after the situation, and now it officially is not going to reopen. So,
the Jersey Shore guy?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the lack of NBA Experience? I know Universal Orlando, they gave their condolences. So,
well, it's nice that Universal Orlando gave their condolences after it failed on their side of the world with the restaurant that nobody went to. So they bring it over here as a attraction that nobody went to.
If you don't pay attention to Universal Orlando's official Twitter account, and I mean official Twitter account, you are missing some fun, because they love to take digs at Disney. And
is it pretty much exclusively digs at Disney at this point?
Oh no, they go after SeaWorld, they go after everybody. It's just, when Disney, they yell the loudest at Disney.
Can you put that back up, Rebecca?
Yep, hang on.
The tweet, because the initial tweet was great, airball, and it's always they never directly, they just kind of, and then but I love the response after, someone saying, "Hey, Universal, how's that business going at your NBA place?" Because they had an NBA place that failed as well,
which is now where Chocolate Emporium is, right?
Yeah,
there's an upgrade. There's an upgrade for sure. And their response is about as well as Imagination after 1998. Bam, that is wicked.
So our son Gideon asks, I wonder what will replace NBA. I know it's too soon for there to be any actually rumors out there of a factual sense, but I'm curious, what would you guys want to see?
I just saw Robin Lopez pitching a Muppets related interactive experience, which I think some of us would be all
really?
for.
Oh, that would be fun.
But sadly, it'd only be a handful of people that would be up for it.
The
That's
hilarious
the-
thing about that is Robin Lopez is a basketball player, and he's happy to see the NBA experience go, and let's get some others.
I only know him as a Disney fan, so
He is literally one of the largest Disney fans because he's huge. He's a 7-foot basketball player, but no, he's either him or his brother is world champion. They're twins. They both play in the NBA. I confuse them, but one of them.
And they both are often in the parks. I will turn and just see these two giants walking above the crowd, and it's them.
Jeffrey would like to see it become an arcade. What a clever idea!
I think that was it.
In that spot.
That was a clever idea. I mean, they could change what Disney Quest was and make it work, but that was a clever idea. I don't know that anything can fill a spot that big anymore. It just stuff doesn't seem to work. Maybe Splitsville can expand. They seem to have figured it out.
Gideon would like a dark ride.
What was Gideon's prior one? An escape room? I don't think that's a horrible idea, actually. Escape rooms are still hot.
I actually see them CityWorks possibly expanding into that lower level, because on the weekends they get pretty busy. So if they could take up just where the shop is, that still has the merchandise in it from a year and a half ago.
So you think it's going to end up?
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. What were you saying, dude?
I was going to say, you think it'll just end up an eatery that Disney's done with these high concept things?
Yeah, I don't think we'll see anything like that go. I mean, they filled every shop they can with Star Wars or Disney. So this will probably be just whoever rents it. I saw somebody like, oh, the world's largest Apple store is going to go there. No, that plan is long gone.
I have a question.
Sure.
Since it's not technically in a theme park, could they put something Marvel related in there?
Oh, I don't know what I don't know that you should slack the CEO, Ben. I mean,
I don't think they can put an attraction in there, because even though it's not a theme park, it's still like having that type of representation. The store took years to get it to actually say Marvel Superhero Store, so who knows?
Right.
They could put a Guardian of the Galaxy attraction in there, apparently.
In the meantime, I would love to see them steal a page from Universal and do pop-up tribute type temporary experiences, like maybe a Adventurers Club homage or something of that ilk, to not necessarily the same thing as Adventurers Club, but with bringing the SEA into Jungle Cruise, create some kind of fun dining theater thing that continues that story in a different location, but without a huge investment, just temporarily while they figure out what they want to do long term.
I know this isn't anything associated with it, but I saw today on Twitter the SEA reference. I'm not sure if it's in California or here, was removed from one of the crates in the Jungle Cruise.
Oh,
yeah, I believe it was the one in California.
Oh, interesting. I'll
be there tomorrow. I'll look for it.
And then Geo has a great idea with the 50th just around the corner. Maybe they could find a way to use it as kind of a Walt Disney World History Museum. I think that'd be a great idea for a short term.
I think that's an incredible short-term idea. Just shove some old attraction vehicles and stuff in there. They'd have stuff left over probably from Epcot's prior anniversaries. And then, of course, put a shop in there, and now you're making money.
Yep.
Get a couple of Main Street Electrical Parade floats in there because they're hanging around. Great.
And is this true? From TPM Bids, the NBA experience was only open for 7 months, which is shorter than Superstar Limo's existence and the Rocket Rods. Is that factual? It doesn't seem it doesn't seem right, but I mean, I haven't been following it.
Because it never reopened, so it officially opened.
Mike Mack, because you're the person that has experienced it.
It opened on August 12th, 2019, apparently, and then everything shut down in March, and it never reopened.
Right?
There you go.
I know that I went there. I was there for the opening, and then went there one other time when they were begging people to come. I mean, towards the even before the shutdown, they were offering, you do miniature golf. Here's a ticket to the NBA experience.
Oh, indoor mini golf. That'd be fun. I want that. Sci-fi diner. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I would love it. So yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see kind of what
Remember
ends
that-
up with the location, right?
Remember that Princess Di exhibit? Maybe that could go in there. That was beautiful.
Yes, I remember that.
It was
We
beautiful.
paid to see that, didn't
We
we?
sure did.
The things Ben has talked us into doing. With Mike Max on board. Yes, mini golf, indoor mini golf, blacklit, indoor mini golf with a Disney flair. Woohoo!
Is Mike Mack a mini golf fan? I didn't know that.
Oh, I hope so. Oh,
He likes to arm wrestle at mini golf courses.
Well, I was wondering if
hey, we should have an LP mini golf tourney.
you can't swing too hard for fear they'll just come straight off the shoulder and go flying all over the course. That's a good idea. That's a great idea, Rebecca.
If only we had an opportunity for us all to be
I
together
know if we were
near
all in one
miniature golf
spot,
courses.
man. So, do we want to head over to the other coast and talk some spa life?
Actually, I wasn't going to start with the spa. I'm sorry if we
No
could go to.
worries. Where are you gonna go?
So I was looking through the articles, because I don't know if you've heard, but I've been on a cruise for the past week, and I saw this picture of New Orleans Square. I assume Mike Celestino took that picture. What is going on over there? Did they just are they finally building the dome over Disneyland?
I actually didn't take these pictures, but I had tweeted about it a couple weeks earlier. This is, I think Benji took these. I think they're just refreshing the facades there.
Yeah.
It's just so unusual to see such a huge dominating wall. And then they didn't make it photorealistic. They just put the Royal Street Bachelors up there.
Can I say what it reminds me of?
And it's summer. It's very unusual in summer. What does it remind you of?
Terminex Ted Dig.
Yes.
Well, now it makes. I've heard of.
Doobie, summer is over. Summer ended like 3 days ago.
Summer is over on Labor Day, and nothing will ever change that, Jeremiah.
Shall we go back to talking about yesterday at Disney's Hollywood Studios?
Does Disney consider summer over now as well, when they can start all the refurbs and stuff? Goodness.
Well, the crowds. I mean, you can walk on attractions that usually you have to book within seconds. So I'd say summer's overdue.
Take note that there is no line for pirates out there, so that alone shows.
See?
Right. Did you show this one already? Because I don't even see a wall. Do you see a wall?
No wall there.
Nothing to see here. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about that. Now we can talk about the spa. One thing we all know about Mike
talk about the
Celestino.
shirt?
I know. Look at that.
Oh my god!
Doobie, you need that.
I just ordered that.
Damn.
Ordered that in a 4X, man. That's hard to come by. So, Mike Celestino, one thing we've learned about you since we've gotten to know you over the past few years is you love a good massage. So how excited are you for this WDI design 10? What's it called, Mike?
What is it called?
Tanaya stone, Rebecca?
Oh, I do not know.
I would go with that. I'm guessing as much as the rest of you. I've only read it, and I would go with that.
Okay, the Tanaya Stone Spa opening September 16th at the Grand California Hotel and Spa.
What is the window there? Can we zoom in on that?
I believe that's the window that looks out. That's where the workout equipment used to be, I believe.
Okay, so this is an existing window that's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
look,
yeah,
it's 10
they redid it with the stained glass, but it used to be.
Right. Well, I was asking what the design is on
They tell us how to pronounce it right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanaya.
Tanaya.
To dream.
Oh, the Tanaya rings. Thank you.
And you'll have a choice of body treatments, massage. So this feels like the opposite of the rainforest room. Like at on the cruise, you have the rainforest room where you have like all these images of water and moisture, and this feels like the similar relaxing spa kind of thing, but like the desert. It's like the warmth, the rocks, the dry.
Yeah, which is exactly what you want. Just
I'm
that
serious.
nice Mojave desert need to drip. No.
No, it's still relaxing. You have Zen gardens that are with the stones, and there's not necessarily any water involved in those, and then you do the raking through the sand or whatever. It's similarly restful and allows you to kind of find your peace and rejuvenate. How about this, Doobie? An avocado, lime, and honeyfoot treatment.
Give me a piece of rye toast, and I am so happy. Oh. So I'm guessing this is somehow related, kind of supposed to evoke the Tanaya Lodge in Yosemite.
Yes. According to the art,
look that up, Doobie?
According to the art director, it says it embraces the concept of the natural order of four found throughout many indigenous cultures of the world. There are 4 directions, 4 colors, 4 elements, 4 points of wellness. These bring balance and harmony. And in developing it, they took a fresh take on the arts and crafts movement design and how it honors nature. And so they've incorporated that. And as she said, we drew inspiration from the foundation of the hotel, literally in the stones, the earth, and the trees. So like I say, there's not a lot of talk here of water. I mean, water is one of 4, but it feels like it's mostly in the more earthy elements of nature, as opposed to the spas, the Disney spas I'm more familiar with, that have been more focused on the water. Obviously, if they're on a cruise, it makes more sense. But this sounds nice. I hope I get to experience it someday.
Oh, of course, hon. Just you name it, you're there.
Yeah.
And it's nice that they used to have a spa and they closed it at some point at the Grand Californian, and I know they announced this, I believe, a while ago, and then stuff happens. So nice that we finally have a reopening date, because a hotel of its quality certainly deserves a spa where Mike Celestino can give some massage. Have you been given the assignment, Mike, to go there and get your day treatment?
Not yet, but I don't even like touching my own shoulders.
Thank you for specifying that, Mike. I just saw that going.
Thank you for keeping it as shoulders. Some people get their glutes massaged. So.
Oh boy.
Let's move.
Remember last week, Mike, when we were done with the show, like in a half hour, when
And it
Benji's like,
rained.
"We're done, we're out."
And it rained.
Did it really go really fast last week?
Yeah, we were like 32 minutes, I think.
I'm
my
sure.
goodness. How
You
do
weren't
you
here
do
for
that?
Okay,
So, well, also on September 16th, so apparently Mike is not so interested in the spa treatment, which really disappoints me. Also on September 16th, Not Scary Farm, 48th season. Are you excited for that one, Mike?
I'm very excited for that. I got my save the date invitation for the media event. I'm ready to go, and I'll be back from New York. I'm missing out on the horror nights and the Oogie Boogie Bash, but this one I'm going to be there for, first in line. Can't wait.
I bought my ticket earlier. I'm there. I'm doing the buffet also.
48 seasons. This is kind of the one that started it all, isn't it, as far as theme parks?
Yep.
That's what I always heard.
So in 2 years, it's going to be a really, really big one. That one's exciting. What's your favorite part, hidden person, of Not Scary Farm, Mike? What do you really look forward to every year?
The new mazes, getting to check out the new mazes, or what they call in Orlando, the haunted houses. There's one that they premiered probably 3 or 4 years ago called Dark Ride, that's like themed around an abandoned amusement park dark ride, and it's just amazing. I go through there like 2 or 3 times every year since they introduced it, and I just marvel at the design because it's just so creative.
Do you get scared in these, or is this purely just enjoying the design and the feel of it?
No, I've been through so many of these mazes that I am completely, utterly desensitized. Occasionally they'll get me with a jump scare or something, but
the best part is Knott's takes the same maze, like Dark Ride or the underwater one, and they'll change up the path and change the story as it goes. So it's a continuing story each year, as opposed to Halloween Horror Nights, where it's like, okay, here's a maze and it's gone.
Do they still do the hanging at Knott's?
Nope.
Hanging has been retired.
Wow. Okay.
Jeremiah, you're going to have to pay a heavy fee on your luggage. Just
Come on
warning
in,
you.
Mac. I have my big suitcase.
Just warning you. Work on that flexibility, Mike.
Maybe you can put your arm in another bag to keep the.
do a little arm wrestling first, so that way you'll have room for everything else.
I know what Mac's Halloween costume has to be.
Oh, dear.
Should we go back to the East Coast? Should we make any mention of what we did last week?
Oh, sure.
Go for it.
We actually were aboard the Disney Dream last week as cruising has returned to the Disney Cruise Lines. We took a
4-night cruise, they call it.
A 4-night cruise. Okay, see, I keep confusing it. And pretty much what we did was we sailed out to Castaway Cay, spent 2 days there, and came back. And
it was awesome.
It was wonderful. So far, what we've contributed to Laughing Place in regards to that, we had a few tweets, and then I just posted today an article regarding our son's experiences at the Oceaneer Club. That's the kids activity zone that they have. It is quite different structurally because of COVID protocols. And when he had first heard about them, he was quite nervous and about how that would impact his fun. I can happily say that we had to peel him out of the kids club as always. So it seems to have scored well. So yeah, we'll be talking more about that. Do you know, Jimmy, yet what night we want to do Q&A? Because we know people have a lot of questions about what it's like to cruise during COVID.
Yeah, I think we're going to try hard to do it, find some time to do it tomorrow. That's our goal.
Okay. So yeah, so stay tuned to Laughing Place. And if you're thinking about cruising during this time when they have the COVID protocols, stop by. We're happy to answer any questions, let you know how it impacts your cruise, and some of the areas where we were surprised, like where protocols came into play that we didn't necessarily expect, and vice versa.
And vice versa, for sure. So, and tons of articles in the process of being done. My next one to go up probably later today is how it affects dining throughout the cruise, not just in the dining room, but the lounges and everything.
The land.
In the meantime, in other Disney news, the Fantasy has made a few changes to its sailing schedule that had so be sure to check out Disney Cruise Lines if you're planning a cruise,
including its first sail date, which I believe this was the first announcement of it today, would be on September 11th. So they have switched some of their early 7-day cruises to 7-night cruises to 4-night cruises as they kind of ramp up, and then they'll get back into the 7-night, which is what the Fantasy normally does. But on September 11th, the Fantasy is sailing again. We got to see her. She was docked in Port Canaveral, right next to us.
And we saw her quite a few times at sea too.
So just can't wait to have these cruises come back. The Magic's already back. It's doing staycation cruises and cruises to nowhere in the UK. I'm not sure where the Wonder is, but we are cruising again, and it is very exciting, and we're looking forward to talking to you all about it. What's so funny? Yeah, 2 weeks on a ship, I'll take it. Heck yeah.
And over at Disney Springs, they're ramping up the excitement for the Disney Wish with this mosaic wall where you can take a photo, use this QR code, take a photo, and then become part of the Disney Wish mosaic. And then they also use it as an opportunity to let you know what's going to be aboard the Wish, give you a little sneak peek of some of the Disney Wish images and everything. Yes, Jeremiah?
A sneak peek of Disney Wish stuff. Gosh,
yeah, I know.
That sounds like something that could be coming later this week too.
We continue to be excited and eagerly await whenever new information comes about the Disney Wish, where we're going to find a new water attraction called the Aqua Mouse. There's going to be 3 restaurants. One's going to be Frozen themed. One's going to take you into the cinematic universe. And then the other one's going to be focused on kind of the history of the Walt Disney Company and Walt. Yes, Mike Celestine.
I have a question about the cruises.
Yes, sir.
So after the new ships get introduced, are there people who still want to go on the old ones? Like people who have nostalgia for the older ships?
Most of the people I know who have a preference, who've done a lot of cruising and have a preference, still prefer the original, frankly, the original Disney Magic.
I think that's Benji's. If you gave Benji a choice between the ships, he would choose the Magic, which is the first. And our son Gideon, that's his favorite of the 4 ships that he's sailed on as well. And it was the first of the fleet. How about, do you have a favorite, Jeremiah?
Not yet.
Okay.
I've done the classic I've done the Dream class and the whatever the new class is, the Fantasy class. So I've liked each of them. I definitely prefer the larger ships just because the smaller ships, I felt like I ran into the same person over and over and over again.
May I just add, one of the joys of cruising in my mind, and which was particularly fun on this one since it was such a small number of people on the ship, is being able to see the same people over and over and over again and kind of get to know people.
Well, Mike doesn't like that because he beats them all in trivia.
We only won one trivia contest the whole cruise.
Which
We
one?
only played one trivia contest the whole cruise.
No, I played another. I played 80s music. I did well, but did not quite win.
Oh, I didn't play that one. I just played the one.
We played Disney tunes. Got them all right. It is not fun to just win trivia over and over, I must say. It is not fun at all.
And when people play the same, like it's the same group, they're like,
yeah.
Oh, that guy.
No. But I do love going to trivia. And anyway, we're going to talk about cruising later. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, he'll never shut up. By the way, we were talking about Universal. They pointed out that today's National Roller Coaster Day.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys have a favorite Disney? I'm sure you do, but what's your favorite Disney coaster? I figure since it's Roller Coaster Day, we should talk about that.
Good one.
Thank you.
I like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
I'd agree.
I enjoy Expedition Everest.
That's a good one, too. I'm looking forward to doing that on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Rebecca?
I am with Mike C. I think Big Thunder Mountain, especially at sunset at Disneyland, is my favorite of the Disney coasters. How about you, Doobie?
I've always been partial to Boomerang.
No, Disney.
Oh.
Because if we're going non-Disney, then my choice would be Hagrid's.
Oh, ooh, not even.
I mean, like, but still themed. Because otherwise, like overall, like all the coasters I've ever been on, then it would be Apollo's Chariot at Williams.
Oh, Steel Colossus.
I'm going to go with the Matterhorn. Just a little bit over Rock and Roller Coaster. Everest is great.
How about Barnstormer?
Not that great.
Gadget Go Coaster.
Primeval Whirl.
I can't let this comment,
cool.
This comment go. I love this.
There we go. John Allen Hale comes in with Big Thunder at the Magic Kingdom in Florida.
I will say Big Thunder at Magic Kingdom feels a little bit more like a runaway train than the Disneyland counterpart. Like it feels a little bit more like sort of out of control.
Yeah.
Disneyland's a little more it's a little smoother here in Southern California. But I like both for different reasons.
Still is the best ending.
Disneyland's?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but Disneyland Paris is also pretty amazing.
How about the Aqueduct?
Tokyo Disneyland is pretty good for their Big Thunder, but it's condensed tighter.
It's not a roller coaster, otherwise I might have said Crush and Gusher. But Aubrey, I hope you had as much fun on the Disney cruise as we do, because there is nothing I think that our family enjoys more than Disney cruises. We have such a good time. It is criminal how much fun we have.
Vlogger Doobie.
When we chat about the Disney Cruise Line, I have to be sure and share the photo that like is a definition of the cruise. Doobie interacting with one of the cast members, and the both of them are just, their heads are back, laughing their heads off, and Gideon is off on the side, just totally like, his head down, shaking his head, and like.
I love to talk to people.
So yeah, it's awesome. We have such a very good time.
Velocicoaster is a great choice, Mac.
Yeah, it is.
From what I've heard. So
yeah. Well, let's see. Disney's Walt Disney World 50th is on its way. And with that, we've learned that Space 220 is finally coming, maybe. No.
Yeah,
right?
Let's not talk about it. It's best if we just don't talk about it. That way, in a month, when it's like, it's not open, we didn't acknowledge that it's going to open.
Jeremiah, if you had bet 2 months ago, 220 actually opened, you would have said no, right?
Correct. I have a friend who was hired 2 years ago to work at Space 220 as a cook. And it's not Disney run, it is Patina Group run. And
fantastic.
they not only had problems with that is a giant screen that wraps around. So it is going to be an amazing restaurant. They've just had lots of challenges with it. And my friend was hired and then was told, okay, it'll be delayed. And then they just stopped sending him emails. But they did contact him recently asking if he wanted to come work there, to which he said, I had to take 3 other jobs in that time.
So can you show that picture again, Rebecca? Because this is going to be where like you're eating and the Millennium Falcon will come by. And
no, space.
That's
NASA.
That's something
NASA
we talked about on Thursday, Doobie.
Yeah, no, NASA Eat. This is the kind of a fictional real space, not a storytelling fictional space.
Okay, I thought this was a part of the space cinematic universe with the Disney Wish and the Halcyon. So.
No, this is like Mission to Mars, but you get to eat.
Okay.
And if the seats don't inflate and de-inflate at the beginning and end of my meal, I'm going to be very disappointed. Yes, sir.
De-inflate?
Okay, deflate. Sorry, I added an extra syllable.
That one was like I had to stop for that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You're right.
Then they de-inflate.
All right, now you're over-exaggerating.
Well, it's better to over-exaggerate than over-exaggerate.
And we'll get to wave to Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos, apparently.
And never come back.
Wouldn't it be fun if they had that Tesla? Remember when they sent that Tesla out into space? Like the Tesla was floating by on the screen. That'd be fun.
They should have Ward Kimball out there. That'd be good.
Oh,
that would
that'd
be good.
Awesome.
Man in space.
That would be a nice tribute.
They could have Donald Duck running.
But yeah, I'm excited about that. And for those of you who may not be aware, Patina Group operate Catal at Disney, downtown Disney, Naples as well, I thought.
Yes, and the Italy Pavilion.
Yes, and then the Hollywood Bowl dining as well. So
I think I've said this before, but I used to work for Patina at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, I did not. I didn't know that. We've actually had the privilege of meeting Mr. Splichal at some event. At some event.
Yeah, I think it was Downtown Disney.
And he was quite charming and very, very engaging, and you could tell the passion he has for food. And I had a fun time chatting with him about his restaurants and his partnership with Disney. So I'm excited to see that it's continuing with this new Space 220.
Apparently they do Maria and Enzo's as well.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Which looks beautiful. How come I've never been in here?
I'm so upset that we haven't been there yet. Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, thank you. That's on the list, as is Edison. There's so many Disney Springs eating locations that opened after we moved to Northern California that we haven't had the opportunity to try yet. So
Jacques Lindsay's Hangar Bar.
Yeah. That not so much for me, but whatever. It's all good.
Boat Rights.
We ate at Boat Rights. No, wait, Boat Rights is Boat Rights is over at Port Orleans. We ate at the
Boathouse. The Boathouse.
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 Which has the little rubber ducky drink.
I want to ride one of those cars on the water though so badly.
Every time I tell you the price, you go, not that badly, so I'm not going to say it.
We should do it this weekend.
Once I live out there, it'll be a little bit easier. Apparently, by the way, Mike Mack wants to rent a car in space, so I find that pretty funny.
Do they pick you up?
Roadside service costs lots extra.
Do you think you'll be able to scream at 220?
No one will hear you.
What?
Both Mike and Jeremiah look like, I wish these two would go back on the cruise.
Speaking of, I saw Jungle Book on the cruise.
No.
I did.
No.
The Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise on the book.
Why?
I saw Jungle Cruise on the cruise, and I did see The Rock in the credits for catering. So that was lovely.
So, also in regards to the 50th, lots of beautiful merchandise has been making its way to the Walt Disney World Resort. Some of the items appeared on Shop Disney very briefly and sold out. Hopefully, they'll return again. But for now, if you are at the resorts, please be sure to pick up items. They have this iridescent look to them. There's a frame litho. Jeremiah took pictures, right, Jeremiah?
Yeah, it's all very pretty. I mean, even the Spirit jersey, which I'm not a Spirit jersey fan. Doobie, you need the Spirit jersey.
This is the first Spirit jersey I saw that I thought I was more likely than not to buy. There's been a few that have caught my eye and been like, oh, maybe, but this one I'm like, oh, I have to think of a reason why not.
And all this merchandise is just the first wave. Like this is titled the preview merch, so you can only imagine what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks as we get closer to the anniversary. I really like this shirt. You can't really see the picture that well of it, but it has Mickey and the castle and the 50th.
In that iridescent foil look. Popcorn or churro, Kyle Burbank says, Lux Collection or Deluxe Burger? Here's the Spirit jersey. It's got this sparkle to it, a little Mickey emblem on the chest, and the beautiful celebration imagery on the back.
It really does pop. Like I was walking behind somebody yesterday wearing it, and when the sun hits it, it really does look great.
And the other item that caught my eye is this. I love this. I'm sorry, but with the gold foil Mickey and then the Mickey silhouettes and kind of that athletic striping. Yeah, I think that one's cute. This one has Mickey on the front. This also, and then the Cinderella Castle on the back. And look, all the photos courtesy of Jeremiah.
That 5-0 logo is I love it so much, the way they've gone elegant with it. It just having that logo on a piece of merchandise to me makes it very elegant and classy, and I like it a lot. We have a question out here. Someone really wants answering. We probably should.
From Taxi Star, Jude Hirsch. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You already made Hirsch. Okay.
Why did it close?
It closed. Well, we don't know exactly why it closed, other than during the pandemic, it was a high-touch location, so that stopped it from reopening. If that's the main reason it didn't reopen, or if there's something behind the scenes, we do not know that answer.
Yeah, there wasn't anything announced with the closure, due to blank, we are closing, right? That wasn't part of the language that we've heard.
Can I ask you, Jeremiah, though, was it back pre-pandemic, the 7 months it was open, was it a pretty popular location?
It wasn't quite. I mean, you could go there on the weekends and you would see lines outside. It was very much like Disney Quest. If it was raining or if it was the weekends, it would be busy. But during the weekdays, like I said, they were having specials for tickets. It's just one of those things of, do guests want to spend... I think we figured you could probably spend about 2 to 2.5 hours in there doing the different activities and enjoying it. But it's a very, very focused. Like if you don't like NBA, there's nothing in there that's not something that you will enjoy.
And that was the biggest complaint I saw among reviews. Like if you went to TripAdvisor or Google to look at what the general public was saying about it, the reviews that were negative tended to be focused on the fact of, I don't care about the NBA. I'm going with my son, and I still have to pay full price when I'm just standing around watching them actually experience it. That seemed to be the complaint, was mostly regarding the price point for those who were unengaged in the activities to merely gain entry. I think to some extent, Disney Quest battled that for a while as well, where the all-inclusive arcade idea was great, for the younger folks, but when mom and dad were also paying that price and not inclined to arcade games, it made it a much more pricey expenditure for an hour or two.
Yeah, if they would have put out that video saying, you know, it's not just for the NBA lovers, it's for the people who love the NBA lovers, and had the Imagineers around the round table talking about it, it may have done better.
Is there an ESPN zone in Orlando?
No, there's an ESPN Cafe at the boardwalk.
It's tiny.
Yeah, it's a restaurant. It's not someplace you go for like the experience. The closest thing to any place you can go to watch a game or anything would be City Works or some of the lounges across property that have TVs.
Yeah, you used to go over to All-Star Cafe over at ESPN Wide World of Sports for events like that. We would go there for World Cup soccer, and everybody would bring their vuvuzelas, and you'd make all kinds of noise, and they'd have fun gimmicks like they'd show it on a 3D television, and you could rent glasses and watch World Cup soccer in 3D and things like that. Yeah, no, it was a pretty cool place to experience a sporting event in that kind of setting. But like you say, now City Works seems to be filling that gap. I know they had a
MMA event.
Yeah, some sort of MMA event, and yeah. Oh, Mike Mack points out the biggest crowd they had was when the Lopez brothers came to visit. So yeah, my thing, Jude, in regards to NBA experience was I thought that it would be bolstered a lot by international travel, who would spend a longer vacation period in Florida, and so it would maybe be something that they would do instead of a park day. But with the COVID situation, you know, I have to assume that those numbers are still down. So you know, whatever portion of gate would have come from that marketplace would have been severely hampered right now, and you know, I suspect that may have played into its demise, as it were. So, but that's, like I say, it's all speculation in that they haven't been open with their announcement regarding why we've seen it close, and the announcement did not offer any kind of expectation on the future of the space either.
No, and guests for the past year and a half have been walking by it with the store fully intact with full merchandise on display, and they had these small signs on the door saying we're closed. But I don't know if it was ever a, hey, they're going to close it, or we are closed, or hopefully next week we could change that, because they didn't adjust anything in the year and a half that it was closed. So I'll head over there probably sometime next week and see if they blocked out the windows and removed the merchandise yet.
Is there really an Adam Silver meet and greet statue?
Yep. It's kind of like if you went to Madame Tussauds.
Wow.
Thing. You could get your picture taken with him as if you know, were being drafted. Oh, apparently Dufftoberfest is back at Universal. You know what else I saw is back at Universal from our friends at Attraction Magazine. I saw on their Twitter feed. Not only do you have park at when you're walking into Islands of Adventure, like the various street merchants and streetmosphere of Islands of Adventure were back this weekend, and there were images coming from the Discovery Center of the Jurassic Park paleontologist back talking about dinosaurs and hatchlings, and so yeah, very exciting.
That's only because Quinn is doing it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, the streetmosphere.
Cool. I didn't know that, by the way. That's really
characters.
Cool.
They've been doing those on the weekends to try to like just keep people going and exchanging with the guests. They also opened up a Halloween type store in Islands of Adventure over by Poseidon's. One of the shops there has become the Halloween standby until they open up the Halloween tribute store. So really, they know their audience. They know who will buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Kyle. Thank you for calling me that.
The egg hatching's back. Did we mention that?
Yes, we did.
Right. I had to duck out because, you know,
No, no worries.
You were literally sitting right there. Like it was.
He wasn't. He was only somewhat sitting right there.
Yeah, that was Quinn, the son of Matt, who runs attractions, is now in that area. So if you go and you see somebody named Quinn, say hi from Laughing Place.
That's exciting. Well, Doobie, I think we've made it through our topic list. Other than just a final note, are you ready?
Did you get the Bob Gurr picture?
I did. So that's what I was asking if you were ready.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna
Should
pull
we
it
all be
up.
ready for this?
No. It's a topic that Mike and Doobie wish to discuss. So I'm gonna bring it up because I'm not familiar with this topic, to be honest. So what's up with Mr. Gurr?
Well, I just saw him yesterday. I went to this event here in Southern California called Awaken the Spirits, which is a spinoff of Midsummer Scream, a Halloween convention. And it's their first time back since the pandemic. And I saw Mr. Bob Gurr there signing autographs. I just wanted to report that he was doing well.
I remember when he got this puppet.
I was like, is that a Stitch or
Yes.
what is that?
Yes, he fell in love with this Stitch. And oh my, he just took to this, and he started just all weekend after this puppet was for sale. He was just all around with his little buddy Stitch, roaming everywhere. It was just delightful. This man is amazing. I mean, as a Disney fan, at Disneyland Resort, if you've been on anything with wheels, chances are this man's hands in some way, shape, or form built that experience.
Right.
If not for Bob Gurr.
Oh, shut up.
Exactly. No, totally.
In addition to being, a Walt Disney, a
Legend.
Disney legend and an Imagineer, one of the most famous Imagineers of all, he's most well known as one of the early columnists for Laughing Place.
Yes, he was. Before there was Mike Celestino, before there was Jeremiah Good, there was Bob Gurr.
Designer Times by Bob Gurr. Don't go look for those articles now. He eventually turned those into a book.
Yes.
And so, out of respect and by his request, obviously we removed them from our website. You couldn't get them for free anymore. But yeah, he was one of our early columnists. All I did was write him an email, and I met him at a barn. I then wrote him an email, and he said, "Sure, sounds like fun." One of the nicest gentlemen you will ever meet, and boy, does he have he likes strong drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I'm more interested in him in front of this Haunted Mansion thing because he did not have much to do with Haunted Mansion.
Doom buggies.
Oh, yeah, I have an autographed.
Doom buggies. If it weren't for Bob Gurr, we'd be walking through the Haunted Mansion.
Doom buggies.
No, if it weren't for Bob Gurr, we wouldn't have had the Omnimover system that originated in the 1964-65 World's Fair.
Check it out.
Oh, that is amazing, Mike.
Nice. That's a nice print.
That is really cool. But yeah, he
Don't poo-poo Bob Gurr in Haunted Mansion.
Not only is he a great,
you shouldn't poo-poo in the Haunted Mansion either.
Not only is he a great repository of amazing Disney stories, and he's a great Disney storyteller, but dude also takes some amazing adventures nowadays as well. He used to periodically send out little videos of his most recent adventures, like traveling the Grand Canyon, the rapids, the Colorado River. Didn't he send you a video one time of him in a fighter jet or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
believe he was also a glider pilot.
Yeah, it's just like I say, he's one of those people that I'm sure I would not be able to keep up with, despite the age gap, because he is now 122
years old. And he is still going strong.
Right?
So it is crazy.
It's the martinis that keep him moving.
Mm-hmm. So if you ever have a chance, carve out a little bit of time to hear from this man, because
really nice guy. If you happen to see him walking somewhere at a show or something, extremely, extremely nice guy. Do not be shy about going up to Mr. Bob Gurr and tell him Doobie sent you, and he might remember me.
Yep.
You'll get a free Laughing Place button that he always carries around with him.
Just one though.
Say, I used to read your stuff on Laughing Place all the time.
That's what you're best known for, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Who cares about Autopia?
The pinnacle of anyone's career. That thing used to crash all the time. Oh no. Okay.
See what happens when you go on a cruise, Doobie?
I have a fun thing to close with.
Sure.
I bought some mystery pins at Disneyland on Thursday.
So we're going to debut them right now?
Well, I've already opened them, but do you want to guess which ones I got?
Aren't these like the tiniest ones in the world too?
Yeah, they're very tiny.
Yeah.
But
I want to see. What did you get? Okay, what are my choices?
these,
Oh.
it's hard to see.
Trust me,
I
when
think-
he holds up the pin, it'll be hard to see too.
I see the bride.
I see
Yeah.
an organ. I want to
An
see
organ.
I'm predicting the organ.
Okay, so the ones that I wanted were the organ and this one here, which is actually very similar to what Bob Gurr was just sitting next to there. It's got like the bricks and the sign and the lamp thing.
The
Oh,
welcome
cool.
pillars.
Okay.
What I got was
I put you on the hitchhiking ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, the traveler, the prisoner, and the other guy. Hello, Doobie.
and the second one I got was my second wish.
Yay!
Oh.
I like how the pin makes it look like it has mouse ears.
It doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
Oh,
the
that's
pin
just the
back.
pin
When
back.
you're wearing it, it won't have that, or when you're displaying that. But
Mike,
Sounds
are
great.
they smooth or is there like is it like a real pin or is it one of the just kind of printed on pins?
Oh no, I would say they're real pins.
Okay.
Yeah.
he's looking for the in spots where there isn't enamel. Is there a lot of? Is that what you're asking, Jeremiah? That's what's
Yeah, well, looking at the pillar, it almost looks like one of those just printed on ones. I couldn't tell.
No, it's pretty. It
Okay.
feels right
That's
to
nice.
me.
Those are
You
cool.
should
How
bring
much?
that this weekend, Mike. We can do some trading out here.
Oh,
I'm good.
yeah.
I'm pretty happy with these. I don't need to trade them, but I have other
Sorry.
ones to trade.
You don't get them.
We should
Oh,
bring
do I
one
need to
just to
bring
show
my
to
pin?
Jeremiah.
Do I need to bring my pins, Jeremiah, so I can trade with you?
We've got this really dumb one with Mickey.
Good night.
Oh, too bad. Okay, well, I guess that's it from us here at Laughing Place with Disney Parks Talk Live. Like I say, Doobie and I were just on a cruise, so we will be talking about that probably tomorrow. We'll answer any questions you have about what it's like with all the COVID protocols. I know that we have some of our team is going to be in the parks this week. Does that include either you or that's you, Mike C? You'll be in the parks?
I will be there tomorrow at Disneyland Resort.
So stay tuned to Laughing Place for more of what it's like inside the Disneyland Resort. How about you, Jeremiah? You going to be inside a berm somewhere this week?
I don't have anything scheduled right now. Thursday, I'm actually going out to get a hard hat tour of the Peppa the Pig Park at
Yay!
Legoland. And
Buddy
then
cuddles.
Thursday afternoon, we will be having a discussion Thursday morning for most of you about something that I'm guessing Benji hasn't told you guys about yet.
Very fun. Oh, I'm excited. I wonder what that'll be. So stay tuned.
And then wait, on Friday we'll be in the parks. Not going live, but we'll be in the park.
Yeah, I know. We'll be back in Florida for some more Walt Disney World fun, and so we look forward to talking to everyone about that when maybe while we're there, but mostly when we get back, I suspect. So
We should get at least one group picture, I would imagine, right?
one would
Yes.
hope.
I'll take it.
We'll see.
Let me, before we close, I just want to say, missing Park Talk last week, not being here with this team.
We tried from the cruise ship.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
That was, yeah. I realized how much I really miss Mike Celestino, so I just wanted to put that out.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys.
Way to stand
and
up for yourself,
not Jeremiah.
Stand up for yourself, Jeremiah.
Wait, when did I become Tony?
Equal opportunity.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna let you sign us all off, Doobie.
Well, thank you for joining us on Disney Parks Talk Live today. It's been a pleasure to be with you. I'm sure it's been your pleasure to be with us. On behalf of Doobie, Rebecca, Mike Celestino, and the guy in the lower left, we will talk to you next time. Toodles.
How is a boo one of the Fab 50?
I meant to bring that up.
Oh man, I was hoping to get it in just as it signed off.
How was a boo one of the Fab 50? I feel like the only way is the guy who was in charge of choosing him, like that was his only friend. Bye, everybody.